Once upon a time, in the grand kingdom of Aurelia, there lived a beautiful princess named Iris. Princess Iris was known throughout the land, not only for her striking beauty, but also for her selfishness. She was the daughter of King Cedric and Queen Elena, rulers who were loved by their people for their kindness and generosity. Princess Iris had everything she could ever want. The finest clothes, stitched with golden threads, gardens blooming with rare flowers, a palace filled with treasures. However, despite her many riches, she was never satisfied. She demanded more jewels, more feasts, and more praise. The king and queen, heartbroken by their daughter's behavior, decided to teach her a lesson. They called upon an old, wise woman who lived at the edge of the kingdom, known for her magic and wisdom. She came to the palace upon hearing about the princess. The king and queen requested the old woman to help them. The woman agreed to help and cast a spell on Princess Iris. The princess slept in her luxurious bed that night, but woke up the next morning on a rough straw bed. She was now in a dusty old cottage. Her fine clothes were replaced by a simple peasant's dress. Her hair, once adorned with jewels, were now loose and unkempt. Panic set in as she realized she was not a princess anymore. She rushed outside to find out that she was now in a small village she didn't recognize. At first, she was shocked, but then she demanded angrily to be taken back to the castle. The villagers were kind, but looked at her with curiosity. They told her there was no princess named Iris. This made the princess very sad. She was feeling hungry and alone, and she sat there on the dusty ground, sobbing. Then, a kind woman came to her and offered her some bread. An old man offered a bunch of bananas. A little girl tried to cheer her up by offering her toy doll. All of them were trying to help her as much as they could. For the first time, she felt ashamed of how she had treated all the poor people. She started living with the village people, going to the fields with them, looking at the farmers plowing their fields, understanding how hard they work to earn their living. As the days went by, her hands became calloused and her muscles ached. But something else began to change as well: her heart. Princess Iris saw how villagers cared for each other, sharing what little they had without hesitation. How they helped each other in times of need. Iris also started learning kindness and compassion from them, and she slowly changed into a kind-hearted, humble person. Then one night, as she slept peacefully in her small cottage, the old woman appeared in her dream. "You have learned what it means to care for others, Princess," she said softly. "Because of this, you may return to your palace and your life as a princess. But remember the lessons you have learned here. When Iris awoke, she was back in her luxurious bed, dressed in her royal robes. She vowed to be a better princess, the one who ruled with kindness and generosity. From that day on, Princess Iris was a changed person, opening the doors of the palace to the people of Aurelia, ensuring everyone has enough to eat and drink. The villagers from the small village were also invited to the palace. Iris's transformation became a story told across the kingdom. Princess Iris became the beloved princess of Aurelia, and the kingdom of Aurelia prospered under the rule of Queen Iris. Not just in wealth, but in love and happiness.